Paul, and we're seeing some new video at noon after a shooting at a gas station in Miramar.
One person was killed in that gunfire. 2 were injured, including an innocent bystander. Local 10's Kenny Sheeby is live at that scene.
She has reaction from the witnesses who were there.
We now have surveillance video from this gas station showing the moments leading up to the shooting. You're going to see 3 men shaking hands, having a conversation, and quickly it turns violent and shots are fired. This surveillance video paints a clear picture of what happened last night at the Sunoco gas station near DeSoto Boulevard and Pembroke Road in Miramar. These 3 men start chatting. An altercation breaks out. Seconds later, 2 of them pull out guns and start firing. Another angle shows that same exchange of gunfire from a different view. Right next to the gas station is a convenience store. This man you see here was fixing his car. He had nothing to do with the altercation. When shots rang out, a stray bullet struck him in the leg. You see him here limping away in pain. In total, 3 people were shot. This morning, the store owner cleaned up the blood from the innocent bystander.
He tried to fix his car, and one bullet come across his teeth. He have this bullet. I feel very, very bad, you know, because those customer is very good guy. Very good guy.
Welcome to the video, everyone. This is Justin Paul. So, doing a reaction here to a news clip I've seen today come out of Miramar, Florida. So apparently, you know, this guy was at a gas station. A guy in a gray hoodie. Looks like he walks up and you know, goes to you know, talk to the guys, and you know, it could have been a drug deal. Don't want to say it was. Could have been a drug deal. Not too sure. But you know, as you can see, the guy that's inside the door, he was killed. So my condolences to his family, of course. His mother's gonna speak on here, and you know, I watched this already, this clip, and you know, she was saying that she was a young mother and stuff like that. So my heart definitely goes out to her. And you know, the young guy looked like he was doing good for himself, driving around in a Mercedes. But you know, it's always gonna be, you know, some people who, you know, you may have thought you was, you know, gonna sell them something, or you know, it's no telling what the conversation was, but it ended up in gunfire. So it looks like he tried to take whatever from him, and you know, guns was pulled out, and then you know, the guy was shot, and you know, then these 2, you know, were shooting at each other back and forward. You know, and it looked like he might have snatched whatever it was that he was, you know, trying to get after he had already killed the guy, and you know, ran off. And you know, this guy, he was innocent bystander at a gas station that was either across the street or adjacent to where the shootout was happening. You know, he turns and looks, and then all of a sudden he's shot in the leg with a stray bullet. And that's the thing, man. You know, that's the whole senselessness of everything. It's like it's always people who minding their business. He was trying to fix his truck, get his truck together, and just so happened end up getting shot. Now he has to stay in the hospital or have a high hospital bill when he was just minding his business. You know, now it's a young guy who's dead, and 2 others that's shot, and it's just a shame, man. It's a shame that, you know, these young guys feel like this is the way, this is the route. Nothing's going to ever come good if you're out here playing by the gun. It's just not. You know, guns are supposed to be for defense. If you know, and of course people can look at this and say, man, it is defense, you know. But you have to know what type of positions you kind of put yourself into. You know, if you're out there, you know, having some type of exchange or doing any type of deal and stuff like that, you know, that's a situation to where whoever's coming to buy something from you, they could potentially try to rob you. or you could be trying to rob them of their money and not even give them what they're coming to buy. So, you have to know that's what comes in that whole thing if that's the game that you're playing. But yeah, we'll turn the volume back on here.
For Miramar police says
And look,
19-year-old Christian says no spokesperson for
that so it looks like those are stars on the car. I thought those was bullet holes, but um apparently, the guy shot him in the midst of, the other guy who it seems like he may have been with the guy who got killed while he was pulling out his gun, that guy. And I'm surprised they didn't blow each other's heads off because they was leaning right over the car. The Mercedes is only but so big. Shocked that the two guys didn't blow each other's heads off, honestly. um
Miramar police says 19-year-old Christian Correa did not survive the gunshot wounds he suffered.
There's a fourth individual who we believe that can assist us in the investigation, who's also in the discussion, in the altercation.
That fourth person ran off before officers arrived.
Oh, right here. That's him.
Officers are now searching for him. It's the man seen here in a gray hoodie.
Yeah.
K-9 units last night were brought in as part of that search. And just moments ago, we spoke to the mother of Christian Correa. She says he was about to be a father later this year. He worked at a hospital, and he was a great man. Take a listen.
They also took my best friend because I had him so young. So it's like I grew up with this child, and he was not just my best friend, he's my son. So it's hard, and I don't have the proper words to, and I really don't want no mother to ever go through this.
Hopefully they find the suspect there and get some type of justice for this mother. The kid was 19 years old. She was saying she had him young. He was about to be a father. He worked at a hospital. But, whatever type of dealings or whatever that whole, conversation was about, he should have, he shouldn't have been involved in it. Especially when you have that much good going for you. Again, you're riding around at 19 in a Mercedes Benz. People be jealous of certain stuff like that, and again, don't know if these guys knew each other, what the whole thing was about. We can only assume. To me, it looked like a drug deal. But it could have came up and asked him about the car, and then, he had something on him, had a cash out. He was about to go in the store, and the guy could have tried to snatch the cash, and then all of a sudden they just started shooting. But nothing good is gonna come out of this. And again, let's look at it.
Broke Road in Miramar. These three men start chatting. An altercation breaks out. Seconds later, two of them pull out guns and start firing. Another angle shows that same.
And that's how quickly it can happen. That's how quickly it can happen. Gonna play another clip real quick.
Now at noon, we are seeing surveillance video of the moment leading up to a deadly shootout at a gas station in Miramar last night. We want to warn you, this is disturbing to watch. Police say this is disturbing to watch.
And the sad part is the guy that got shot could have been shot by someone who was with him. Like the guy that was there in the black that's opposing him, he could have been shot, by his gun. The way, he's angled.
Shootout at a gas station in Miramar last night. We want to warn.
See, that he obviously knows something is going on. Either he pulled out his gun and shot this guy first, because the way he backed up.
This is disturbing to watch.
He pulled his gun out, quickly had it readily available. And
We want to warn you, this is
Boom.
disturbing.
You know, the guy instantly falls. And then the other guy, you know, he must have gotten shot himself because he also falls.
To watch.
And then
Police
now
say
they're
it
shooting
started with a
and
fight
ducking.
and ended with shots fired. See,
Yeah, now, you know, the way he fell makes me think that's when he had got shot. You know, he may have gotten shot twice, you know.
CBS News Miami's Bree Buckley is your reporter live at the scene where we know one person was killed. Bree.
Yeah, that's right, Naja. And we just heard from the mother of the man who was killed. We'll get to that in just a bit. But first, I want to show you this surveillance video that shows the entire scene play out. This surveillance video shows a man come up to this Mercedes, appears to talk with two other men.
So, you know, like I said, it could have been someone that they know, you know. It wasn't a dap to where, like, you know, you dap and then you kind of bring it in. It's just, you know, a little casual, you know, cordial dap.
For less than a minute before gunfire is exchanged at the Sunoco in the 7500 block of Pembroke Road.
Yeah, he must have, you know, might have gotten shot, you know, right there.
At the Sunoco in the
back.
7500 block.
You know, that's what happens when you get hit. You know, it's just gonna knock you back a few feet. It just, the guy doesn't like he had too much weight on him.
Of Pembroke Road. In this angle, you see the same scene play out, but there's a...
So he hands him something. It's like, I don't know if he handed him that
500 block of
not.
Pembroke Road. In this angle, you see the same scene play out, but there's a...
He hands him something.
Better view of what appears to be some type...
And then, yep, from right there.
Of what appears to be some type of exchange. But there's a better view of what appears to be some type of exchange before shots are fired. Police say 19-year-old Christian Correa died. Police say 19-year-old Christian of what appears to be some type of exchange before shots.
You see how fast it can happen? Just that fast. Your whole life changes.
Are fired. Police say 19-year-old Christian Correa died.
One person,
You know,
standing at the car, he turns to
fixing the car. I don't need the blood.
not call working to. Like I mentioned, who describes him. Take a listen.
Listen, there's no words that any mother could describe when it is to lose a child. I'm speechless. You know, I'm still in shock, and I'm trying to stay strong. And I'm trying this when it is to lose a child. I'm speechless.
Her name is Mercedes. Her last name, I'm sorry, but man, I'm surprised to even put her name out there like that with you know, with everything that happened. But if there's any updates on this story, you know, we'll look to bring it to you. Just kind of wanted to go through this and, you know, just to show, man, how quickly things can escalate, and again, how lives can be changed. Because, you know, she was saying in another clip, I mean, he worked at a hospital. You know, that's a pretty decent paying job, working at a hospital, and, you know, you had a child that was on the way. So, I mean, if that's the case, man, you know, it's just smart to think of your future, like how better your future can be. You know, seeing your newborn child and not really putting yourselves in positions like this. Well, more information is definitely going to come out about this now that it's made national news. So we'll just see. But if you like my content, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. This is Justin Paul. Peace.